Hey my loves, I am in my beauty room. I was about to do makeup and my hair, but then I thought about it. My son, who's 30, I have 6 kids, I'm trying to remember that age. He'll be 30, he's 33. He'll be 34 at the end of this year, and he's graduating from college. He went back to college to do the profession that he's in. He's very, very great at it. So with that being said, he's graduating today at the school that he's at. I don't like giving too much information. So I'm not going to do my hair until about 3 and put on an outfit and stuff around 3 and makeup, whatever. By 3 o'clock, and my rider be at 4. His thing is at 6. So with that being said, no, my rider be at 5. So yeah, I'm not gonna get dressed. I'll be back around 3-ish to get dressed, makeup and everything. So with that being said, I came on to talk about how I deal with stress, how I got through menopause. I'm drinking a smoothie. How I got through menopause. I am post-menopause. Dang it, Jesus. It's not all that glitz and glam that people think it is. Let's start off with how I get through stress. And when I say stress, is I do a lot. My body's going through a lot. So that's the stress I'm going through. When I say a lot, between my business, everything slowing down, me dealing with this gut for menopause. When I say a gut, it's a gut. I look like I'm 1,300 months pregnant. Oh, it's so freaking annoying. I'm gonna tell you the stages I'm going through to get rid of that, because your stomach, you get a belly because your hormones are storing fat that is so hard to get rid of. Do not get on here telling me about the exercise and I take all these healthy herbs. Not true. That does not work out. I'm active for one, but let me get through the stress. Okay, let me give you 5 things on how I relieve stress. Over 50. I am over 50. I am 1, 2, 3 steps, almost 3 steps to 60. I'll be 57 at the end of this year. I'm going to tell you how I, Tara, got through stress, menopause, how I get through stress, and and my journey through menopause. I'm post-menopause. Thank you, Jesus. So if you're new, welcome to my channel. And if you're an OG, welcome back to my channel. I'm in my beauty room because I was about to get dressed and makeup and all that stuff there. And then I thought about it. I'm going to put on some shorts and a t-shirt until about 3 o'clock, and then I'll come back because my 4th son is graduating today. He's be 34 this year. He went back to college to get a degree in his field. Congratulations to my son. You did it. Let's get into the first step. Step number 1, I journal. And I don't say this because I sell journals. No, I seriously been journaling since I was 14. The stress I've been through growing up with my stepfather, I'm not the type to like to get angry, because when I get upset, my nose will bleed. So I stay away from people pissing me off. I can't. You don't have enough energy. I mean, you do not have enough power to piss me off. But he had that everyday anger. He go from angry to okay. But who wants to deal with that? So I used to just sit around, and I used to sit in the closet and write in my journal. Flashlight and journal in my closet, hiding behind my mom's fur coats. I kid you not. I've been journaling that long. I lost a lot of the journals through a lot of moving and house fires, block. But I kept on journaling. Either I write it on a piece of paper, stick it somewhere. I just journal all the time. So that's one thing I do. I seriously journal. There's no line about that. Number 2, music. When I know I'm feeling icky in the mind and in my body, I turn on Luther Vandross. If y'all know, I'm a Luther junkie. I love everything Luther. I've been a fan of Luther since my sister introduced his music to me way back in the 80s. So music has always been my thing. I turn on music is always on, but I turn music on. It's not on now because we're on YouTube, but I turn on music. That's my everyday stress reliever. I have to. 3, I walk. I jump rope. I walk or jump rope. Either or. One of those will keep the stress out. I have to. It's either walking or cleaning. Cleaning is the #1 thing I love. And if you see me this morning, I wasn't stressed. I was excited, but my kitchen needed to be clean. So I did that. That's 3. 4, I pay people no mind. Okay. I really don't. I'm very seriously unapologetic. I don't have a filter, and I'm not going to learn to have a filter, because if you have enough balls to try to disrespect me or try to piss me off, which, you know, you don't have enough power to do that. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, you have to subtract some things out of your life, and people, I do subtract. Bye. So I do that. I'm a very unapologetic person. If you feel like you in a mood, don't talk to me. Everyone comes to me for a lot of things, but don't come to me every day with the same nonsense. I can't do that. So that's #4. #5, at the age of 50, I subtract myself from a lot of people. I'd rather have 2 friends in my life than having 10. I had to go from the amount of friends I used to have to the amount of friends I have now. So I used to have this circle that was big. Now I have a circle that's small. I went from here to here. So those are the 5 things to keep me from stressing, because once again, I have no filter, and I don't mind hurting feelings if you try to hurt mine. So those are my 5 things that I do to de-stress. That's just me. And this was going on before I turned 50. Now let's just step into the menopause. I didn't know I was menopause, perimenopause, until I was 49. My birthday's at the end of the year. I was going on 50 when I found out I was perimenopause, and which was funny because I grew up with irregular menstrual cycles. So, you know, I'm like, oh, whatever. I thought I was still having the menstrual. Then somewhere in 51, I was full menopause. Full menopause. Now, I'm smiling because I would say thank you, Jesus, for not putting me through the hot flashes, the cold flashes, the mood swings. And I'm not a moody person, so I didn't have the mood swings. And I'm just being authentic, real with you. Anybody that's been around me or anyone that knew me, people that grew up with me, having my menstrual, nobody knew, because I get quiet. Really quiet, and that's kind of hard because I'm a very talkative person. But I get quiet when my menstrual cycle comes around. That's the only reason why people started learning, oh, she's quiet. But I don't have a mood swing. I didn't have cramps. Thank God. I used to have backaches, but not cramps. And that brings me back to my 6 children. Pregnant with all 6 of my kids, I carried my pain in my back. Labor was in my back. I didn't have stomach labor. I didn't have the strong cramps, which you get the labor pains. I didn't have any of that. My kids came quick. I'm not even going to hold you there. People always say, slow down, Tarot, you talk too fast. People always say, you act like you're perfect. I'm so far from perfect. So far. But my body, my body's different. My doctors even say, girl, are you even human? Because right now, I'm dealing with pain, but y'all won't see that. I deal with backaches and knee aches, and I deal with migraines. But today is not a migraine. Thank you, Jesus. And I keep saying that because I have to give thanks to God, because I probably don't know how to react with anger or mood swings or whatever people call it. Anyway, so I've dealt with menopause gracefully. Mood swings, I don't have those. Hot and cold flashes, now I'm going to be honest. Some days I thought the hot flashes was coming from the menopause. It comes from when I'm in pain, my blood pressure goes, swoom, it just goes up. So that's when where I was getting hot at. But other than that, I didn't experience the, oh, I need a fan type thing. I was looking forward to it. No, I wasn't. I wasn't. So I didn't have those. I didn't have the cramps. I didn't have what a lot of women go through. I didn't have, and I'm just gonna keep saying thank you, Jesus. Now that I'm past the full menopause, I am post-menopause. This is where the problem is. I grew a whole stomach. I seriously look like I'm 1,300 months pregnant. Well, not now, because I am on the journey, I'll get to that, of losing this stomach. But I grew a stomach. And emotionally, not mentally, emotionally, it was pissing me the This stomach took me from the sexy clothes to walking around with big oversized shirts. That was so freaking ugly. It was so, times that I was going out, I went from a clear bed, so I'm taking everything out the closet, trying it on, throwing it on the bed, getting really frustrated with the stomach, because I don't want to walk outside looking like I'm 13,000 months pregnant. No, ma'am. So everything I've tried, everything the doctors tried, it's a hormonal thing. My hormones was imbalanced. So when your hormones is imbalanced, the hormones store fat in your stomach. That's where it sits, in your stomach. No type of exercise, no type of praying to everybody, nothing. You have to go get hormonal treatments. And this is from what I've been through. And I don't go through a lot. I called my doctor. He was asking me the symptoms of what I'm going through. And he still laughed at the fact that I didn't get I didn't get to experience the journey of menopause like most women. So that's a good thing for me, because I don't like to sweat. Even when I'm working out, I don't like to sweat. So me to have the hot, girl, I would be mentally disturbed. I'm sorry. That's just me. So he was my doctor, and that's why I go to doctors, because you get a lot of people, you should be comfortable in the skin you're in. Shut up. Because I'm not comfortable having a stomach that look like I'm 30,000 months pregnant. No. I'm very active. I dance a lot, for one. Two, I do work out. I do cardio. This is my everyday routine, because I have a heart disease, so I have to work out. So it's not like I'm just sitting around doing nothing and just going to watch my stomach. No, that's just not my cup of tea. So I went to get the B12 shots. That was helping for a little bit. I stopped drinking alcohol, which I love my wine and my rum and coke. All of that was social. My red wine was just for the heart because it thins out the, you know, that's what red wine does for people with heart disease. I stopped all that December 21st, December 22nd, 23rd. I stopped drinking. I just stopped. There was no, I need to stop. I just stopped drinking. And it was not doing anything for my stomach. And we are in June. December was way months ago. So let's say from the end of December to June, I stopped. I didn't gain weight anywhere else. My body's just skinny. It just was here, all in my gut. I tried the waist trainer thing. I tried, you name it, I've tried it. That was just wasting freaking money. You know, the waist trainers is like $99. That pissed me off because it did nothing. I put it on. It was making me look. I did no pictures, and I'm not going to even say, I'm going to show you a picture because I did not take any pictures. Everything I've done was seriously from boobs up because I'm still proud of my boobs. They still healthy. But I did the waist trainers. I've done the waist trainer you work out in. Sat around with them on for hours and hours, and you take it off. It's like, girl, you just held me and you just choking me. Now I'm breathing. But with the waist trainer on, I was looking pregnant or more, because it was, what it did was held the stomach in and just made it harder looking. I was like, oh, the other key, I dealt with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, because when I broke my leg in 2015, I broke it twice, once in January and once in November. And I was on steroids, and the steroids was eating the hell out of my stomach, which caused me to have IBS, which is clear. Thank you. So I got that fixed. I went to the doctor. I didn't do what social media doctors was telling me. Same thing with menopause. I didn't go on telling, listening to what other people saying. I did this to work out. Girl, you did more than that. Don't play me. Play lotto. You have a better chance of winning. I've done a lot. So then I went back and forth to my doctor. This is why I always say, be nosy with your doctor. Go to your doctor. Be nosy about your body. Find out what you going through. Because what I go through, what you go through, what she went through, we all don't go through the same, but we go. Same thing called menopause. But we all don't have the same journey. That's how I wanted to say it. Yeah, we all don't go through the same journey, but we do have menopause. I'm blessed to say, thank you, Jesus, for not putting me through the hot flashes, the cold mood swings back. I'm so happy for that. But what I'm not happy about is this stomach that looked 13,000 months pregnant. Woo, I can't. So now, I was going to go and get the non-surgical, get rid of my stomach, but that shit is $10,000-ish. I mean, a little under $10,000, or it's, I don't know, but money I don't have to go spend on that. I really don't have it. And they didn't take my payment plan. Research and Google and research, and then it came up with GLP shots. So my first shot, and I'm not doing this to advertise, to tell you all to do it. I decided to try that. I want my sexy body back, and I'm gonna get it back because it's coming. So with that being said, yesterday, what's today? June 5th, yesterday, I started my first shot. It went, I'm not a fan of needles, but this needle was really tiny and really, it's like a pinch. You didn't even feel it go in or whatever. But the shot I did, it made me, couple of hours later, that's when the nauseous stuff started kicking in. It didn't kick in right away. That shows you my body just weird. Some people say, oh no, I was nauseous right after I took it. That didn't kick in until way after 4 o'clock, and I did it about 7:20 yesterday's in my journal, 7:20 yesterday morning. But I just felt a slight nauseous thing, and I just was drinking water, and then it was time for me to go lay down. I decided to take that nauseous pill they give you. I tried to hold off to taking it, but I did. So with that being said, that is what I've been going through, how I get through stress, and my journey through menopause. Was grace. I'm gonna come back and talk about, because a lot of people was giving me things to talk about on over 50 skincare. Stay tuned for the skincare. Thank you for watching. This is your girl Taraluvdiva.